It's incredible how much technology and science have advanced in only a few decades. Now that we are truly living in the future, we are no longer just speculating about it. Have you ever wondered what predictions have come true? In today's video, we'll look at 10 future forecasts that have come true, from self-driving vehicles to the internet. We will look at how these predictions have changed our lives, how they've been beneficial, and what other predictions we may see come true in the future. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel for more videos before we proceed. Click the bell icon to receive notifications of new videos. Have you already done this? Let us start. Number 10. In 1865, Jules Verne envisioned a man walking on the moon. Jules Verne, a science fiction novelist, described two men traveling to the moon riding a projectile shot from a cannon in his book From the Earth to the Moon, more than a century before Neil Armstrong took one huge step for mankind. Verne even had the rocket launch take place in Florida, where the Kennedy Space Center is today. Famous science fiction author Jules Verne penned a short story titled From the Earth to the Moon in 1865. Verne, however, foresaw more than just the eventuality of human space travel. He provided some illustrative, rough calculations that were astonishingly accurate. He predicted the astronauts' sensation of weightlessness despite not knowing there would be no gravity in space, and set the rocket launch in Florida, the same location as the Apollo 11 launch. Number 9. Wearable Gadgets. Even clothing dries on its own and shoes automatically tighten, there is already a lot of wearable technology available. The most notable of them are the several smartwatches that allow you to check emails and even assess your heart rate. There are a variety of wearable technology items on the market right now, such as wristband fitness trackers like Fitbit, smart shirts that monitor breathing, heart rate, and sleep patterns, and baby monitor-equipped infant onesies. Other innovations such as stain-proof clothing and high heels that change color with the touch of an app are being developed but may yet be too early for purchase. Number 8. In 1909, Nikola Tesla foresaw Wi-Fi and mobile phones. Nikola Tesla, a talented electrical engineer and former right-hand man of Thomas Edison, predicted to the New York Times that it would soon be possible to transmit wireless messages throughout the entire world so easily that any individual could carry and use his apparatus more than 60 years before the first cell phone and 90 years before the invention of Wi-Fi. Nikola Tesla's ambitious prediction that people would one day be carrying phones in their pockets, 1909, was bold. Tesla was an engineer and inventor who briefly collaborated with Thomas Edison. Number 7. Credit cards, 1888. Debit cards first appeared in the late 1980s, although the utopian novel Looking Backward, 2000 to 1887 by science fiction author Edward Bellamy imagined a concept quite similar to debit cards. Dr. Leet explains to Mr. West in Chapter 9 that in the future world, each citizen is given a credit proportional to his share of the annual produce of the nation, and a credit card issued to him with which he purchases at the public storehouses anything he chooses. Leave it to a college dropout who later became a science fiction writer to think of credit cards. Each person is issued a physical punch card according to a character in Edward Bellamy's 1888 novel Looking Backward, which originated the idea with which he can get anything he wants whenever he wants it from the public storehouses that are located in every city. You'll find that this arrangement eliminates the need for any kind of business interactions between persons and consumers. Number 6. In 1968, Arthur C. Clarke envisioned the iPad. Despite 42 years passing since the release of the iPad, Arthur C. Clarke accurately described the newspad in his futuristic novel 2001: A Space Odyssey. Floyd would plug his foolscap-sized newspad into the ship's information circuit and scan the newest bulletins from Earth. As it grew, the postage stamp-sized rectangle neatly filled the screen. After finishing, he would go back to the entire page and choose a new topic for in-depth analysis. These devices, as described by Arthur C. Clarke in the 1968 book of the same name, were known as newspads that could be connected to the information circuit of the spacecraft to scan the most recent reports from Earth. Sadly, neither Kubrick nor Clarke survived to see the 2010 launch of the iPad. Number 5. Color digital photography. Watkins correctly predicted how people would use new photography technology while not using the term digital or describing how digital cameras and computers would function in detail. He claims that color photography was highly experimental and that people thought photography itself was a miracle. He wasn't just taking an existing technology and looking to the next step. The thought of having cameras capturing information from opposite ends of the earth and broadcasting it was well beyond what anyone was saying at that time. The World Future Society's Patrick Tucker, who is headquartered in Maryland in the US, believes Watkins may even be hinting at a much more significant future development. Number 4. The Internet, 1898. The Internet was not created by Al Gore, though. However, it is also surprising that they were the first to imagine what a society connected to the world might be like. In his 1898 short tale from the London Times of 1904, Mark Twain depicted such a future by introducing readers to a device known as a teleelectroscope that utilized the phone system to establish a global network for information sharing. The daily activities of the world would be visible to everyone and audibly debatable by witnesses separated by any number of leagues, according to Twain's invention. Remember, the man who authored The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn had the idea first the next time you used Twitter or YouTube. Number 3. The Nuclear Bomb, 1914. On August 6, 1945, the first atomic bomb was dropped on Hiroshima, Japan. A few days later, Nagasaki received the second. But in the 1914 book The World Set Free by H.G. Wells, the first fictional atomic bomb was detonated. Wells was able to depict the catastrophic results of an atomic bomb even though the novel was written at least 30 years before the brilliant minds working on the Manhattan Project started trying to develop the ultimate weapon. He said, "A legacy of interesting material that only future generations may hope to investigate, including perished museums, cathedrals, palaces, libraries, galleries of masterpieces, and a tremendous accumulation of human achievement whose burnt ashes lie buried." Number 2. Smart Homes, 1999. Without bold and dangerous ideas, Bill Gates would not be among the richest individuals alive today. He made a dozen forecasts in 1999, all of which at the time appeared absurd, but some of which subsequently came to pass. Even as the year 2000 drew near, one prediction in particular looked particularly absurd. Gates predicted that constant video feeds of your home will become the norm, informing you when someone visits while you are not home. With the advent of technology like Nest, Netgear, and Amazon's Ring, it is now possible to watch your house from a distance while also controlling the thermostat. Number 1. Blogging, 1835. How on earth could a Russian prince from the 19th century have foreseen the rise of blogging? Vladimir Odoevsky, a prominent philosopher, composer, and author of science fiction, may have conceived it more than a century before the internet even existed. Odoevsky predicted how the world will appear in 2,500 years in his 1835 novel Year 4338, in which he said that homes would be linked using magnetic telegraphs that allow individuals who live distant from each other to converse. Each home would create a daily blog or newsletter that would be shared with the globe and include details about the host's good or bad health, family news, various ideas and remarks, tiny innovations, and invites to parties. Using technology to share excessively with strangers. Today's video has come to an end. Remember to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel to view more content. Remember to click the bell symbol to receive notifications when new videos are posted. I will leave you with this and hope to see you in the next video.